see what happens.
For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of the 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Sainz, Norris, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Albon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Ocon, Magnussen, Joe, and Daniel. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Nomes. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was a time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
Okay mate, I know it's not a great position to be starting on the grid, and it also puts us slap bang in the middle of the danger zone where risk is high. So be careful, pick your battles, and let's see if we can pick a few positions off along the way.
That's the target, guys. As you can see, we are starting in last position. This is a place I don't like to be. Sorry. A long time since I'm not in this position, but it is what it is. When you are not able to do things as usual in qualifying or in practice, that's things can happen. Guys, this race will be very interesting. First, because of the weather conditions. This time rain will come, so look at that, guys. The team is giving me this strategy. This is something very interesting. In this Grand Prix this weekend, I saved 2 sets of medium tires. The hard tire is terrible. I knew since the beginning in practice 1 that was too hard. It's the C1, the hardest here, and I have a very bad experience with it in Spain, and I had no intention at all to use the hard tire on this race at all. That's why I have no hards. Then the soft tire here. What happened? I did some simulations in the race strategy program with the soft. It's a fast tire, it's the fastest tire, but we saw here the tire wear is high, and I was consistent in the runs, but you can see how every lap you immediately start to lose grip and time, you know. Maybe the soft is faster than the medium in the first 8-10 laps, but I'm sure after 10 laps on something and the medium will be faster. That means my idea is to start on medium tire, but what happened here? Remember, it will be raining at the end this time, and you can see heavy rain there. That means it's not mandatory to use the 2 different set of tires in dry conditions, because at some point it will be raining. That means the strategy I have of mine is to stay on track until rain comes. Maybe it's too much because it will be at the end, but maybe if the race is about 72 laps, I'm sure about lap 45 or maybe 50 it can be raining. Hello Lerchi, how are you? Here we are discussing the race strategy in a very difficult race today, starting last. So I'm talking about the strategy, and I need a very intense talk with all of you guys, because as I said, it will be raining at the end. My plan is, this is my idea at the beginning, you know. My idea is to start in the medium, but not use the soft in any moment. And here to use the inter tire, that unfortunately I cannot put the tire here in the screen. Okay, well, I have to use 2 different tires, but I will use those soft. But my idea is, I'm not sure, but I think at some point during lap 45-50 it should start raining. But what happened here? Doing 45 laps, 50 laps on the medium, I think it maybe is too much. So the question here is if to stay on track with only one set of medium until rain comes, or to let's say use the medium and to do 2 stints of medium, which is a very good tire, you know, and in that way to be a bit more covered when rain comes with a much fresh tires, you know. Then stop in the to put a new medium at some point, and then when rain comes to put an inter tire. That should be another different option. Obviously, my idea as well is we will have 2 different rain intensities during the race. We will have at some point inter conditions, and at the end full wet conditions. But from my experience in previous games, it's possible to stay on track on inter when it's heavy rain. Obviously it will be difficult to maintain the car on track, but it's possible because the heavy rain won't last too much. So my initial idea should be to do only 1 pit stop during the race, to change from medium to inter and stay on inter even in heavy rain conditions, or to do 1 pit stop during the race using a new set of medium at the middle of the race, and when rain comes to put the inter. I don't know if at the end until the end of the race, because at the end of the race it won't be raining, so maybe we have to stop again to put dry tires. It would be a bit crazy, to be honest, this race in terms of a strategy. My only concern is if I do the first strategy, starting on medium and waiting till the rain comes. If the rain comes very late, maybe I will lose a lot of time if the tire wear is very high. That's why I'm in between these 2 options, you know, putting medium at the beginning, new medium until rain comes, inter, and let's see if we have time enough to see the track is dry or not, and to stop at the end for a new set of dry tires, or to stick with the inter until the end of the race. As I said, this is my initial plan, but if we see the rain is not coming, it's very late in the race, we can put a new set of medium, depend of my engineer and what he will be telling me during the race. This is a race where I will need my engineer every time to see and to try to understand, to find out when in the exactly moment the rain will come. It's extremely important to know that, guys, in this race, because in that way I will know if I can stay on the medium or to stop for a new set of medium, guys. Let's try to do this strategy. If the rain is not coming very early or is coming very late in the race, let's start to thinking about plan B, that is to stop for a new set of medium tires, you know. That's the key. About fuel conditions, this track I think is a bit more demanding in terms of fuel, but with the rain it's possible to save more fuel, so I will try to be a bit more aggressive, and let's put 0.7 extra fuel. Let's see if we can manage that. And about the setup, finally, to be honest, I don't know. I won't change anything. Maybe the setup was not the best, or what, I don't know what happened, or maybe it was me, but definitely this weekend I suffered a lot with the... Yes, I think plan A is good. Do you think medium can last so many laps? Okay, this is my initial plan. Just, this is my concern, if the medium tire will last enough. But if the rain comes too late, I will pit onto a soft, not a medium. Do you think so? Yeah, maybe. You are thinking about that. You are thinking about this strategy. Okay, could be possible. could be possible as well. If the rain comes late, maybe in the second stint with less fuel in the car, maybe it's a good opportunity to use the soft. That's true. Medium can last. Okay, so if the medium can last, I think this is our plan, guys. To put the medium, to wait until rain comes, and in that way to save one pit stop, you know. That's the plan. And then, as I said before, to try to don't put full wet in any moment. I think it can be possible to survive on intertire on heavy rain conditions, especially when the duration of the heavy rain won't be so long, you know. In that way, I think we can survive on intertire. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. The AI is very intelligent, I have to say. I remember last year's game in the F123 in the Italian Grand Prix. You can check the race in my YouTube channel. We had at the beginning of the race, or at the middle part of the race, rain for inter conditions, and at the end we had heavy rain in the final 10-15 laps of the race. And I remember anyone stopped for a new set of full wets even in heavy rain conditions, because the AI understood that was faster to stay on inter, even suffering a bit more, than pitting again for a new set of wets. So I assume this time the rest of the cars, the AI cars, will try to stay on track even in heavy rain conditions, as I plan to do. This is my projection. If someone try to pit for wet tires, I think we have a very good chance to pass people in terms of a strategy. So that also will depend of our chances, guys. I assume anyone will try to pit for wet, and they will try to survive on inter. That's why I'm sure as well, if the rain comes late, some people will decide to stop at some point of the race, especially people who will start on soft. They will have to pit if the rain comes late. That's for sure. If we are able to manage the tires to save one pit stop, also we have a very good chance to pass a lot of people in terms of a strategy, because at some point they will have to stop again to change for inter tire as me. So if we are able to save that pit stop, especially in the part of the race when it's dry, if we have the pace enough, we have the chances to recover places. That's the key. Here, this race will be about a strategy. Because either way, you will pit late when medium inter does not work. You will have to close the gap with a soft. Don't box for wets, stay on inters. Okay, that's my plan. I have experience on that. I don't understand what you said. Either way, you will pit late when medium inter does not work. At the end, yeah, but okay, yeah, I understand. And yeah, in the plan A you are talking about, yeah. Anyway, I think in this strategy is the same. If at the end we have to put a dry tire, I will use two sets of softs, you know. So, but anyway, the ideal plan is this one. This is the ideal plan. Now, let me check the grid. Obviously, today, what I can say, I have not now anyone ahead, behind. Ahead of us, I think is Joe, I think is Magnussen and Ocon, maybe an Alpine, something like that. Albon performance, this will be P11. This is where our car is. It's the 6th fastest car. P11 and 12 are our natural places. Unfortunately, I was not able. And here it is very difficult to pass, I have to say. It's not Monaco, obviously, but if you are running in similar pace than the car in front, it's not easy to pass. And the only chance, or the clear chance, is this long straight. But you have to be faster than the car behind, than the car in front. Sorry, clearly faster to pass him. And if we have the restraint, it will be impossible, guys. Almost impossible to pass. So it's about patient game, and obviously I will try to take some risk at the beginning, at the start, using the inside line of turn 1. but obviously at the same time I have to, you know, to be cautious and to be patient, because this race will be decided at the end, because when rain comes, I think the rain will decide the final order of the race, that's for sure. But my idea is to try to recover some couple of places at the start. Let's see if we can do it, guys. It will be difficult. The track is very narrow. Contact is very easy here, so we have to have 1009s around, you know, every time, especially at the start. Then let's see if we can keep the pace. I think I have better race pace than qualifying pace, as normally have in this game. But let's see also what people decide to put soft or not. Obviously, people who will start on soft, if rain comes late, they will have to pit. So these are places that we can gain at some point if we are able to stay on track before the rain comes. But in this race, I will have to press a lot of times the radio button to receive information about when rain comes, because it's extremely important to know when the rain comes. In that way, we can know if we can survive on this set of mediums, or we have to stop first until rain comes again. So it's a very exciting race. Obviously, I'm not in the place I would like to, that's for sure. It's very frustrating. Yesterday I was very frustrated after the great weekend I did in Spa, when that fourth place that give me so much confidence, and we come here in a track where I had so much trouble. You saw in practice sessions and in qualifying, I broken 2 front wings this weekend. Long time since I was not breaking the car, and this is something I do not want to repeat anymore. But this is what it is. Now it's about to have a clean race, to try to avoid incidents, and as I said, rain will decide the final order, guys. Strategy will be crucial. I can't wait to see which is the strategy of the rest of the cars in terms of tires. Let's see. I'm sure some of them will pit before rain comes, that I'm sure. But I'm not sure what will happen when we will be on Inter and the heavy rain will come. I'm not sure if someone will pit for wet. I want to do it. That's our, let's say, chance also to pass more people. But this race, I think, is about patient game, you know, very, very patient game. Anyway, this is something we will discover in 28 minutes, as you can see here on Twitch, all live. So if you are not following me there on Twitch, I strongly recommend you to do it, guys. There is where it's possible to watch the full race all live with me. And don't forget as well, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Here is where you can see the replays, the session replays, and the race preview as this one, and the weekend preview where we set all the development of the car. We see the championship standings, the messages, our goals for the weekend. This is all done here on YouTube. And as I said, the rest of the sessions, the practice sessions, the qualifying sessions, and the race sessions, all live, full, only in exclusive on Twitch, Dannyfloss1, that's my surname. So in 27 minutes, the race will start, a race that will be extremely intense in terms of strategy, in terms of decisions on tracks, in terms of be sharp, be, you know, focus every time. In the moment we have to pit, in the moment we have to change for Inter, in the moment we have to survive on Inter on wet conditions, will be extremely important to avoid mistakes. And in the start to try to be aggressive, but not so much aggressive at the same time to avoid contacts. So anything can happen today, guys. Maybe I finish last, maybe I finish on points, maybe I retire, I hope no. I think this is a kind of race where everything is absolutely possible. So see you there on Twitch in 26 minutes. Don't forget to follow me there and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Here, thank you so much, Lerchi, for your advices and comments, as always, helping me. That's super important for me as well. And also to the rest of the people who was writing during the weekend in the chat. Also, it's very appreciated. And as I said, see you in 26 minutes on my Twitch channel. See you there, guys. Exciting race. I'm waiting for you. See you there. Bye bye.